现场演奏两队国歌，请现场来宾起立。 来宾，请不用入座。比赛即将开始。
Go hard, boys! Get everyone on side, can't they? Get everyone on side. Go!
And the referee's calling offsides. Full-on penalty to the Hong Kong team. The speed at which that scrum-off is distributing the ball is
quite phenomenal.
That is incredible. That's lovely to see that. And it's going to put that rush defense of the Taiwan team to the test if they're going to have to scramble and get wide.
Yeah.
Going side to side, that's going to be, they could be in for a bit of a game.
Yes, the forwards might have to work harder to make some trouble.
Absolutely. And they're not going to be allowed to commit to too many rucks like that as well. They're going to have, they're definitely going to have to look at deciding when they're going to try and get that counter ruck going.
Yes, and the Korean ref seems to be quite good at paying infringements.
Absolutely. You see a nice little shot of the Rhino rugby ball. Lovely brand, and it seems to be holding up in the Taiwanese environment. Let's see, first kick from the Hong Kong team. Let's see if he can put this over.
Doesn't seem too difficult. Bit of a pause, get into his rhythm.
Finds his stride and manages to put it over. First points on the board for Hong Kong.
3-0 to Hong Kong.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Hong Kong players absolutely had to work very hard to try and unlock the defense of Taiwan there.
Yes.
I mean, holding them in the Hong Kong territory in their half for a good while, and then Hong Kong team managed to get it wide and take a bit of the advantage. Taiwan sends it in, and well received by Hong Kong.
Nicely weighted.
Giving his players a chance to try and compete or at least disrupt it.
And ball not kept into touch. Oh, a bit of a fumble. Back. And switching sides. Oh, well.
Looking for the open bit of running rugby.
Whoa, nice
bit
speed.
Of speed. Good breakaway.
Oh, and nice offload.
Momentum. He's got numbers on the outside with him. Can they keep the continuity? Let's see what the Taiwanese team can do.
Can they get? Oh,
looks like it's gone out. Oh, what was the ref saying? Penalty to Taiwan for offsides. Good bit of pressure. And a lovely step from the number 14. Elusive.
Oh, look at his toes. And good strength to stay standing and keep driving.
Well done indeed.
And a good penetration into the opposition 22 for an attacking lineup.
So in the Hong Kong territory, let's see what they can do with this line-out. They say the height might be a problem, but I'm sure they'll rise to the occasion.
Yes.
Aha, lovely clean take. And try and get the set driving more straight away.
Interesting tactic.
They're going to show their strength and go toe-to-toe with them.
And they're showing their strength.
Oh, and penalty advantage for them. And it looks like they're breaking through. He's got that driving more set nice and early, and now they're really in a good position now to look at maybe something of this advantage that they've created.
Yes, the forwards and getting ready in the pod there. Well, stopped in his tracks.
Crash of Titans completely.
Oh, Hong Kong defense holding really, really well.
Let's see what the Taiwanese team can do here. asking questions, testing the fringes of the rack of the Hong Kong defense.
The white line fever by the forwards.
It seems the way.
Keep digging and driving right into.
Hong Kong defense showing good strength.
And
But
the
Taiwanese player takes the crash ball, number 4, and powers straight through 2 defenders and draws first blood for the Taiwanese team with conversion to follow.
It's a well-worked forward try.
That was a great line-out set of driving maul they got. They gained a lot of territory from that, and Hong Kong just couldn't answer. They just couldn't get set.
And also good discipline on both sides as well.
Very much. Conversion to come from the Taiwanese player. Let's see, there have been some fantastic kicking performances thus far this evening, and I have no doubt he's going to join. Didn't take him too long and puts it through. Well done.
Struck cleanly and
so off to Hong Kong to restart the game. Questions, are they going to look for a deep or a shallow kickoff? And we're off again. And just waited slightly shallow to give his forwards on those players an opportunity to get there. Well received by the Taiwanese players. And deciding to spread it. And going to the air.
well chased.
And
well tackled.
The chase is only as good as his, the kick is only as good as his chase, and that was well done by the winger.
And the ball has popped out and loose. Oh, some play on the floor. A bit scrappy on the floor at the moment.
Oh, looks like it could be turned over.
Oh, it's turned over.
Good counter-rack. And deciding to spread it wide now. And the ball do the work.
Oh.
Ball just bouncing before it got to his hands there. Unfortunately, it looks like a knock-on. Let's see what the Hong Kong players will be able to do. Got a knock-on scrum advantage, and they decide to go straight at the middle with the forwards. Try and gain some territorial advantage through running meters. And lovely rush defense once again. Coming back. Seeing them behind the advantage line.
Hong Kong looking like they're opting to kick. Yes, they do. And a nice chip kick over, but well received by and well read. But the Taipei defender.
Does he have the numbers there to keep the ball? Well done. Maintain possession and down halfway.
Pick and go.
He stole it over again. Looking for an up and looking for
nice
territorial dip. Is
It's
the
a
bounce
good
with
kick.
it? Lovely.
Kick.
Well placed, well weighted.
Wonderful kick, just on the 22 meter.
Once again, lovely to see the chasing from the wings coming up and supporting the fly half's kicking.
Yeah,
You can kick it all day, but if there's no one to put pressure on the opposition,
it's demoralizing.
exactly. And line out to Hong Kong, just outside their 22. Defensive line out.
Going to the center and into the maul.
And they try and set the driving maul as well to get some the counter-rack from the Taiwanese. They got set nice and early. And they're doing a very good job.
Nice clear out.
And Hong Kong having to go to the air.
Clear it steep.
Territory. And what can the Taiwanese back three do?
Bit of an aerial ping pong. Taipei defenders finding him a bit of a handful.
Open running rugby play here. Love to see what the guys can come up with. And Taiwanese looking to get their defensive structures and lines set again. See if they can work that rush defense once more.
Oh, beating his first defender.
Hong Kong taking to the first channel. Running it up with one of the prop forwards. Now decide to go wide.
And good tackle from Taipei.
The show and go there from the Hong Kong player.
In the slow phase ball, the defense holds pretty well.
Very much so. And they again look to go to the air.
A good kick to the air, challenging the defenders. Whoa.
Oh, lovely weighted. Let's see. Oh, but Taiwan is taken cleanly. Managed to clean it up nicely. And now on the counter. Oh, one-handed take there. Bit of flair being shown from the Taiwanese players.
Oh, the time play has dropped the ball forward.
And the commentator's curse strikes again as soon as I mention it. Lovely hands being shown and it goes to the ground. Very unlucky. But if we happens with this next scrum.
Oh, it was rather unfortunate. The ball came a little bit too much behind him.
Slightly, yes. Yeah. I think his might have overran his line just a second.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Just a little bit. Well, let's see what happens with this scrum. Yeah. Let's see who's going to be able to get the advantage on this set piece.
Oh, both scrummagers looking quite eager.
They always are. And we're doing a little bit of running around, the heart's beating, ready to get down to get to work.
Both sides trying to impose themselves early in the match.
Show that physical strength. The lineup seems very even at the moment. Both of them have shown some good driving mauls and some good distribution. And
Hong Kong dominating the scrum here.
Good scrum from Hong Kong.
Good delivery.
Getting clean first phase ball. Try and get that speed once more.
And up straight away. Oh, did well to stay in. And the Taipei defender well held him in.
Sideline not being his friend there at the time, not giving much space to room.
Oh, and he's breaking out tackle. Beautiful offload.
Lovely stuff. Great defensive work and great running in rugby. And the ball's backwards, still alive with Hong Kong. Opting not to pass, looking for some space.
Finally, players being brought to the ground. Ball comes out again. Almost breaks through the tackle.
There's a defender for defender there, partially to get over the advantage line. And the ball just going to ground once more time. Advantage with Taiwan. We're looking to get a counter.
The top four being a little too eager. No progress made, so the referee giving the scrum to Taipei.
See here, lovely bit of rugby we got to witness there. The ball just going down to ground one more time.
Maybe just eyes off the ball, bit of nerves early in the match.
14 minutes in and Taiwan leads 7-3.
Hong Kong's 3.
So yeah, we're at the 2019 Asia Rugby Under-19 Championship. And a wonderful, wonderful rugby evening. And Taipei have the Taiwan have the put in for the scrum.
Oh,
and full-on penalty.
A penalty for an early push. And they kick to gain some territory. Oh, ball was not gathered. Fumbled. Bit of pressure there.
I think, like you said, hit the nail on the head. A couple of nerves in a few of the players.
Yeah.
Still trying to relax up there a little bit.
What's the speed of the defense which creates pressure?
Found out. Coach of Taiwan will definitely be pleased with the current start and the momentum.
Yeah. On the screen, we see Coach Li Jianlin of Zhuwei Middle School.
And Taiwan have the opportunity to put some pressure on the Hong Kong scrum now. They just got a penalty at the last scrum, and if they can do the same here, they could really walk away with a few points.
Yeah,
got a nice territory gain. We'll definitely be looking to make the most of this opportunity. And scrum looks set, it's solid, the ball goes in. Yes. Good push from the Hong Kong team. Still comes out.
Goes out.
Goes straight at the middle.
Contact in the center.
Good, clearing out the ruck, getting the ball out to his backline players.
A bit of a hesitation there. Oh.
Ball still.
The center did well to regather and straighten out again.
And they go to the short side, looking for the numerical advantage on the outside.
Oh, takes the ball into contact. You're going to reset again. The pods are set up. First phase in again. And the second phase. Oh, nice.
Snapping around the edges. Great to see the scrum off just testing that fringe there all the time. making sure the Hong Kong forwards are staying really tight and hopefully opening up some space on the outside for the rest of his backline players.
Good delivery to the back.
Good running rugby.
Oh, stopped in his tracks. Good defense by Hong Kong. Taiwan setting up another interesting.
So Pods looking to get bashed up with the forwards, getting over the advantage line, forcing the Hong Kong defensive line to shuffle back after every time it goes down to ground.
There's a little bit of white line fever coming on here. Again, the forwards grinding.
And trying to work it out. The referee's right in there for a good position in case it does get over. But it could be quite difficult. And he's called it.
And he's called a try.
And once more, the forwards of Taiwan have powered their way over the Hong Kong team's defense.
Yes.
I said the white line fever is working for them.
Yes, given the weight disadvantage. Would not have thought. 2 tries have come from
Going from the forwards, fantastic. Yes. The referee in a fantastic position there to observe the try and look at the grounding and get a really clear look and make that call. You see the coach of the Taiwanese team. He's going to be looking to his kicker to convert this and move it to an 11-point lead. Good 2 scores that the Hong Kong team will have to overcome if they want to get back into it. And he puts it through.
And the kick it.
The conversion is successful. Taiwan lead 14 to Hong Kong's 3. Both teams showing some good signs in the beginning here. I say the open running of the Hong Kong team, they showed some interesting signs in the Taiwanese territory. But the rush defense is just proving difficult for them to overcome. The Hong Kong team looking to start us off once more.
Coach not looking too amused at the moment. Nice deep kick into the Taipei 22. Bit of footwork.
Well collected and sets it down. Can't kick that, taken back into the 22. Is he going to be conscious of this? Yes, he is.
Yes,
and
he
a lovely kick.
in.
It turns the backs of the Hong Kong team. He can, of course, kick it out now, as it was not carried back into his 22. And then Taiwanese team decides to go quickly. One more time.
And does it find space? Yes, it does. Hong Kong opting to kick it back. And out this time into touch.
And territorial advantage gain to Taiwan there. Starting from inside their 22 and ending just almost on the halfway line. So a fantastic bit of play for them. Lovely to see that.
The modern game now is all about net gains, and the aerial game has now become more and more important.
It really is, and you know, it's not always the attacking team that's going to get the points away from it. I mean, you gain momentum through defensive tactics as well. I mean, look at the rush defense of the Taiwanese so far, putting the pressure on them and moving the Hong Kong team back. Slightly disrupted line-out that they got there, but so to regain the ball. Just beating it down. One more time, deciding to go to the air. Might have kicked it a little bit too far into the 22. Doesn't decide to call the mark, just passes it out to his teammate. He
well
sends
chased.
it down. He does not find the touch.
They're opting to run it back at the Hong Kong.
Trying to play a bit of open running rugby. And going off his feet, diving in, it looks like is the call. Number 6, going off his feet into the rack. And penalty for the Hong Kong team.
Hong Kong looking to go into the corner for a line-out.
And finds touch safely. Okay, territorial advantage to the Hong Kong team at the moment inside the Taiwanese 22. Let's see how the Taiwanese team deals with the pressure.
And let's see what Hong Kong's set play will come up with.
Will they go for driving more or let the backs do the work?
And
it goes just
goes
over.
right to the
That's
back.
a piece. So it's going to have to.
And the referee
Actually, the referee, I think, called a bit of a knock on there.
Yes, he would.
Infringement.
Yes. A knock on.
So he throws it in and I think came off the number 6's hands into.
Yeah.
So you could call it a forward pass, but I don't think it was. I don't think he meant to pass it.
It wasn't intentional.
So it's defensive scrum.
A get out of jail card for Taipei.
Very much so. And a solid defensive scrum there, not budging him.
Ball is cleared out to the halfway
and
finds touch.
A great bit of exit work from the halfback pairing. Lovely clearance from the Taiwanese fluff there. That was a great territorial gain. No chance for it to bounce inside.
Yes, he did
exactly
well
what
under
he
pressure.
needed. You find too often some guys try to go for that little bit too much, and they don't find that territory. They don't find the outline.
And the ball goes to the back
again.
And
lost
the ball
in the
is
tackle.
lost in tackle. Hong Kong is regathering and finding the attacking shape. Ball goes to Chinese Taipei swinging the ball out to the far side.
Looking to find that open game.
3-on-2.
They can take advantage of the broken play in rugby. Lovely ball speed, distributing it down to the back. Contact. Great collision there. Unstoppable force, an immovable object came together there.
Yes. Oh, when they're scrambling on. Oh, it's getting a bit scrappy on the floor now. A nice counter-rucking.
Great defensive work from the Hong Kong team there.
Yes, great commitment by their forwards.
Showing good communication on the fringes there, making it very difficult for the Taiwanese team to get out there.
Good knowledge of the...
But a bit of broken play here.
Taipei swinging out wide.
Let's see what they can do with it.
Whoa!
Oh, it's Sussy on the outside.
Beats one player, taken down.
Showing that speed on the outside, which is fantastic to see.
Oh! And the referee calls for offside.
Penalty advantage too.
Taiwan.
You see in the replay there, player just couldn't get the ball. Almost decided to run into the referee and use him as a bit of a distraction with that lovely bright shirt he's wearing.
Yes, probably a little bit of lack of concentration there. The Taiwan coach looking on very earnestly at his young charges.
Looking to the leaders in the team to go and calm things down and just make sure the focus is maintained. And the final 10 minutes of the first half and really push home the advantage here.
And the forwards creeping in to get every advantage. The assistant referee reminding him to stay far apart. The ball goes to the front.
The rack is set.
Looks like they're going to go for a pick and go. Try to replicate the previous two scores.
Keeping with the forwards and running and charging it low and gain inches at a time. An absolute battle between the forwards at the moment.
Is he too isolated? No.
Is he continuity catch?
Oh, he was too isolated and held on. Penalized for holding on.
He went alone there without his pod.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Maybe a bit more patience would have paid off. Hong Kong very well drilled in the contact area. Good kick, relieves pressure.
And the Hong Kong team have a thrown in their own half. And they're making some early changes here. Number 18 and number 16 from Hong Kong are coming on the field with some fresh legs.
Interesting tactical change so early in the game. Wow, he is a big unit. Both boys are big units.
19 years old, under 19. In fact.
Wow. What do they feed them there?
And clean lineup for the Hong Kong team. Going to run it from deep in their own territory. Doing a great job so far. Will travel forward, have a kill for Taiwanese hands. He's looking to take the advantage into the Taiwanese half here.
Nice clean service.
Speed of the breakdown has been fantastic, and they maintain that to keep the pressure on. Once again, fresh legs coming in. And looking to get
very
involved
aggressive in the
straight
contact.
away.
Again, clean service by the Hong Kong. Making the job easy for the backs.
And the attackers taking it right up to the line. Everyone's in for looking for a bit of work.
Yes, nice fluid attacking shapes.
Great rush defense. Once again from the Taiwanese team.
And created the knockout. Good.
Look at that. Absorbed into the time, and look at this rush defense as he comes out. Gets him there, tangles him, low body position, gets around his legs. Fantastic tackle.
Doing the basics well.
The coaching staff will be pleased with that.
Yes.
And that's why they tell them all the time, do the basics.
Yes. But with a team as good as Hong Kong, it's hard to do it under pressure.
And they did very well to be able to do it.
Yes, and Hong Kong was attacking really well. It was very fluid, and they were making 10 meters per phase.
Getting well over the advantage line. Each bit of contact. A strong push from the Hong Kong team.
And well taken.
Number 6 from Hong Kong making a tackle there. And the parts together. Taiwan looking to spread the ball.
And go back
to the other side, looking for space, trying to dissect this defensive structure of the Hong Kong team. Trusting the forwards to bash it up and do the heavy lifting in the early stages of the game. See if they can break down the walls. But they decide to go wide now, try and send it.
Oh,
Watch this come out in the tackle there. And scrum to Hong Kong.
Well, Hong Kong's doing a really good well up defending their line.
Trying to take a page out of the defensive work of the Taiwanese team, I'd say. Trying to work that rush defense, making sure that you get into the person, getting man and ball at the same time. Not allowing them to gain momentum or...
And Hong Kong doing really well to grab the using second defense to strip the attacker of the ball.
The officials looking to have a quick little bit of communication here to discuss something. The linesman seen something that he isn't too pleased with.
Yeah, referees. Is holding play and calling time for a Taipei player to receive some medical attention. Okay, play resumes. So far, the Hong Kong scrum has been the more dominant one, but Taipei has managed to get the ball out before they're being overwhelmed.
They have indeed. I think the Hong Kong team's definitely got that strength, but I think the basics in which the Taiwanese team is put together, they have for sure been working on the tactics and just their technique. And I think their technique is just proven
and he keeps going and going. Oh, well read by the defender.
Wraps him up straight off, trying to get the steal. Good protection of the ball from the Hong Kong team, having to commit quite a few players there. In a form of part and take home the advantage to move forward.
A bit of pick and go to settle the attacking formation again.
We're looking to the substitute to take the ball forward. And stealing the ball on the ground. Fantastic work by the Taiwanese player.
Great
the team going a bit slightly isolated. The speed at which the Taiwanese forwards get there. I think it was number 4 there, the luck.
Yeah, great jackling.
Absolutely.
Great time. Just a little bit isolated and a bit unfortunate for Hong Kong. And a decent kick, but not quite deep enough to be in Hong Kong.
And a bit forward momentum for Taiwan. Let's see what they can do with it. set piece just in their own half. Take full advantage of this opportunity.
Ball's well taken.
Clean line out. Sending off.
Oh, and lost forward. A bit of theatrics off the ball there.
Fortunately, the timing of the run just hadn't quite started yet. Number 10 just couldn't.
Number 6 took a bit of an exception to a late challenge. It's all right. The boys just getting to know each other.
As always, the coaches are telling them to get fired up, and then the referee tells them to calm down just a little bit.
It's always good to see a bit of passion in the game.
So referee calls time on again for a scrum. The Hong Kong team is in a great territorial position here, right in the middle of the field with options on both sides. If they get a clean ball delivered from the base of the scrum, this could provide the opportunity for a great attacking set piece. So they'll be looking to take full advantage of this play.
As usual, Hong Kong scrum is steady.
And scrum taken. Halfback of the Chinese team manages to disrupt it a bit. Venting.
Screaming at his forwards. And the ball flies forward. Well gathered by Taiwan.
Taiwanese players forming a little pod to try and get an extra strategy developed, giving the opportunity and a bit of time and space for the fly to put a kick through. Wing is going to have to go for a run quickly.
And does he find space? Yes, it's a useful kick. Right deep into opposition 22. Does Taipei have that?
And starts to put on the ground, grab it through. And finds a great little territorial game.
Net gains.
Net gains, that's what it's about. Yeah. It's about the small battles between opposing players. And in this case, I think the back player of the Hong Kong team came away with the net gains in that one.
Yes. The referee has called time.
Bit of treatment for one of the Taiwanese players. Looks like a bit of shoulder issue.
Oh, it's always hard to see a young man. Let's hope the injury is not too severe. He's able to walk off the field on his own.
It looks like it's his left shoulder, unfortunately. Taking a knock on the tackle on the fence. Taiwan forced to make a substitution there. Looks like it for the comrade who had to unfortunately leave the field. And defensive line-out just outside their 22. Let's see what they can do with this.
Oh, referee still wondering what's going on.
And with the Hong Kong locks and the height that they have, I'm pretty sure they're going to try and be like a couple of Smiths and dissect the opposing locks on the other side and open them up, breaking down the set piece.
And play resumes. Oh well.
A clean line on take, indeed. Forward looking to get that driving maul set once again. And peeling off and keeping the momentum going. Oh, but the ball's lost. Hong Kong going to try and set up a bit of a phase here. Take the first and distribute it wide now. Oh, tries to go for the reverse pass.
Taipei, are they able to counter?
Looking to get it wide.
Wide, oh.
Finding the gap in between two defenders. The ball's still
Small
live.
offload there. Oh, good. Whoa, lifting the Taipei player off his feet.
Some brute strength being shown there by the Hong Kong player there.
Yeah, showing their power.
Lifting him right off the ground and just taking the ball off of him.
Yes.
And a substitute for Taiwan, number 25, coming on. And as we approach the last minutes of play, Taiwan is 14 against Hong Kong's 3. 2 of the tries, of course, being scored by the forwards and crash ball tactics on the line, and 2 conversions, very successful by the fly half. Hong Kong team managed to put a penalty over earlier in the match and have yet to cross the white line. And the Taiwanese defense has held strong. And a great big scrum from the Hong Kong team there, making it very difficult for the Taiwanese team, and they have turned it over. Looking to go short in their first, on the fringes of the ruck. Pick and go from the forwards.
Well defended, but great offload.
Hong Kong players evading the tackles. Looking to spread it wide now. The rush defense coming and making it very difficult for any momentum with the Hong Kong teams trying to build up. Once more, they go the short side. Hong Kong team is standing a little too shallow next to each other and not providing the ability to run off a bit. Advantage from the referee.
Is protesting. Oh, and Hong Kong loses the ball in the contact, but the referee is called back for earlier infringement.
With the Hong Kong number 9's speed off the line, he's really trying to make the most of the position, the territory that they currently have at the moment.
Hong Kong opting to go for the line out, seeing that points are critical.
2 scores behind, and they need to try and make something of this with the last play.
Yes.
And in the same breath, Taiwan will definitely want to keep them out and make sure they go into the second half with the
comfortable lead.
With at least 11 points, a 2-score difference in between the 2 games. I'm sorry, between the 2 teams. So let's see what Hong Kong can do with this line-out. They've both been equally as good as each other in the line-out set piece thus far. So let's see what they can do here. So a clean take, not much of a challenge from Taiwan. Hong Kong looking to get set for the driving maul straight away. Try and get that speed.
One peeling off.
Penalty to Taiwan. They'll be very pleased with that defensive work from the forwards there. Very unfortunate. The Hong Kong team, I think, had disruption in the beginning. They managed to get it set straight away, but I think their structures has failed them slightly.
Yeah. Bit of an accidental offside.
And the players part from the field, score at half-time, 35 minutes in. Chinese Taipei 14 and Hong Kong 3.
It's a well-fought half. Both sides showing lots of moments of brilliance.
Absolutely, we've seen a very interesting game, and variation as well. Some running rugby, some kicking tactics, and keeping it tight and doing the basics really well.
Yes, and the score actually surprisingly for Taiwan came from the forward play.
Exactly, and you mentioned that, and you said the size difference in them.
Yes.
But I guess when you're running low at a tall guy, you might just be hitting your shins. He can't reach down to get you, so
it's good to see them back themselves.
I agree. Nice to see them rise to the challenge and go and take it on.
Yes. Yes. Yours. Yeah. Yours.
Yeah.
Yes, send out the £2
are playing at high pace and intensity. So like I said, the red part in there. So you watch that red part. Yeah. Who made the choice? Your secret spot. And the teams are coming out of the tunnel again for the second half.
And the Hong Kong players are making their way onto the field. And the second half is going to get underway. The scoreline is sitting at 14-3 to Taiwan. And at the moment, we're waiting for the Taiwanese team to come out of the tunnel. I'm pretty sure the coach will be very pleased with the scoreline after half-time, and just the incredible defensive work they put in to deny Hong Kong towards the end of the first half, and essentially throughout. They haven't let them cross the line.
Yes, and with some really good hits being put in.
Absolutely. There's the commitment in the defense and the courage in which they've been doing this has been, I must say, it's been a very good game to watch so far.
Yes.
The Hong Kong team will definitely be looking to turn things around for themselves, and you can imagine they're going to come out firing. And the Taiwanese team is making their way out.
And bowing to the pitch to show their respect for the grounds as they get on the pitch. A nice little touch to show appreciation and respect.
I completely agree. And if you just look at the quality of the pitch, still, I mean, one, two little patches where it's really been taking some abuse from the intense work that the guys have been putting in, but it is holding up very nicely. I think the ground staff can be very pleased with the result, and I know the players are very happy with the ground they're playing on. And
it allows them to play the rugby they want to play.
Exactly that.
After making the final count, and Taiwan getting ready to kick off.
And well received by the Hong Kong players. And we're underway for the second half. Hong Kong trying to go short straight away. Looking to break down the Taiwanese defense. Trying to work out how to dissect it and just how to get the advantage. Looks like the scrum off could be setting up for a box kick here.
Yes, and the kick goes high.
So straight up, lovely way to kick. And it's a good chase. Unlucky bounce.
Unlucky bounce. Maybe eyes being flashed a little by the lights.
White ball, white lights, it can easily to get lost. So, but the Taiwanese team looking to spread it wide and keeping the ball alive very nicely.
Well.
Doing a great job,
Nice.
and still fending the Hong Kong defenders off. Spread it
Nice
wide
clean
one more time.
delivery and good offload.
And bit of switcheroo, so it goes back to the Hong Kong, back to
scrappy.
Taiwan, and they managed to keep it. Back in the center of the field, looking to spread it wide one more time. Looking to let the ball do the work. Couple of steps, trying to evade the would-be defenders.
Buying a little time.
Great strength being shown, trying to hold him up, but it's gone down. It's going to be a ruck. Both Hong Kong players have to be very careful not to give away a penalty. Lying infringing on the ball here. Very slow in coming out.
Oh, eyes off the ball.
A bit of concentration, just
little
not there.
errors, yeah. It's rather unfortunate.
Very much so. Lovely bit of open play rugby we got to witness there. Looking at his man before he caught the ball.
Bit of miscommunication.
Very unfortunate. Ref having a word with one or two players about something.
Yeah.
And the first scrum of the second half. And they put into Hong Kong. Now they showed great strength in that first half, and the tactics of the Taiwanese team were able to counter the brute strength and the brute force of the Hong Kong team. Let's see what they can do in the second half.
Scrum's collapsed.
Look for a reset.
Could there be a problem with the ground underfoot?
A lot of the game has been played in the central area of the pitch, so I think it has been. If you look at the colour distribution, it is the most torn up. So,
yeah.
But I think it could just be the intensity at which the teams are trying to get each other.
Well
still goes in.
contested. Hong Kong holding it.
And skip pass from the scrum off to the fullback.
Oh, good
Sending it
offload.
wide. Numbers on the outside,
Oh,
but
and
behind
did well
him.
to collect. Oh, and taken down.
Taiwanese defense trying to scramble, make sure they're in position now. Try and line up for this Hong Kong attack. Giving to the forward, running it in, trying to take it in. Oh, lovely counter. Opportunity, bit of a foot race on Futcher. Does he have the speed? He does indeed.
Yes, and he docks the ball
puts it
down
under the poles.
Wonderful counter attack. It's good commitment from the defense that creates errors.
Very much so. You know, it made a good judgment call there. I mean, it can go the other way. If you try to charge down a kick, it gets through you. That was a dangerous position. So, gutsy call from him.
And made it easy for his kicker.
Let's see. They managed to get with his foot as well. Calm, collected, didn't try and pick it up too soon. Wait for the bounce to come to him.
Good bit of patience. And
then had a bit of a foot race. Wonderful to see.
And his kicker will surely thank him for his efforts to bring the...
I think he's thanking himself at this stage for dotting under the poles.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And there. Scores a try and converts it. And takes the scoreline to 21-13. Once again, manages to charge down the kick. Patient enough to wait for the ball to bounce to him. Hits the accelerator. And puts the ball under for 5 points. And then still manages to convert it himself. Fantastic to see. Lovely individual brilliance right there. Yeah. The Hong Kong team off to start us again. Let's see if they go deep or shallow.
This time they are midway.
Well collected. Big collision in the kick-off there.
Oh, a bit of...
Ball cleared. Playing a bit of an aerial battle. Not quite getting the distance he was looking for.
And well collected by himself.
He managed to retain it. Ah, stolen good as he came down. Referee calling off your feet at the... Calling off the feet at the ruck there from the Taiwanese players. Number 6 here.
Yes. And a bit of...
I says it looked like a bit of WWE there. Bit of a wrestling maneuver there.
Yeah.
With throwing a little bit of judo. Managed to sweep him off his feet and move from the ruck. Unfortunately, I think he landed a little awkwardly there, and I think the wind might be knocked out of him. Fortunately, both were body weight. Let's see what the refs say about it.
The physios were quick to reach the fallen player.
Very quick indeed. I think what might have happened to him there was the number 6 landed on him on the point of impact. I think landed on his and just knocked the wind out of him a little bit. Hopefully, it isn't anything too serious.
Yes.
So the referee might have a little
foul play or X.
I think the referee might be having a word with him quickly.
Yes. It's always good to see passionate play, but sometimes.
And he's back on his feet, and I think he's got his breath back. Passion's always lovely to see, but you never want to see out and right just aggression that could potentially injure the opposition. You want to be an aggressive physical contest, but nothing sinister. So Hong Kong will definitely be looking to push on their advantage here.
Yes, they have a good attacking line out to launch a set piece.
Do you see it driving more or them sending it down the back line?
I think the way their backs are positioned, probably go out to the backs. Oh, well contested. Oh!
So they're driving more piece. Good counter rack with good strength from the Taiwanese team.
And
the really moving advantage.
The loose forward has made good ground.
Absolutely powering his way through.
Into the 5-meter line.
It's time for the Taiwanese team to show their defensive capabilities.
Hong Kong picking and going. And ball comes out.
And dots it over the line.
Yes. A well-worked try.
Let the forwards take it up a couple of phases and then spread the ball wide and let the backs have a turn.
Yes.
It's good to see.
A well-worked try.
Very
Forwards drawing in all the defenders.
Very difficult indeed to defend against that. Scramble defense, your man-to-man marking is almost gone. You're almost like you're trying to defend space there, and then just the number 12 cutting his way through 2 defenders.
No.
And the Hong Kong number 10 looking to bring the lead down to 11 points with this conversion.
And this conversion is good.
Successful. Didn't have to hit it too hard, just added just enough. Just get over the crossbar.
Easy kick.
The Taiwanese team are jogging back to the line, and you can see they have the energy and they want to get back into this game and go and play on the other side of the field.
And they're off. Deep kick into the Hong Kong 22. And a bit skewed off the foot.
Just a little bit. I'm not sure that was exactly what he was looking for. I think maybe trying to overkick it a little bit, and the timing of the kick just went astray.
And giving Taiwan a good position for a lineup.
A fantastic territorial advantage indeed, yes. We've seen what they've been doing with the rolling maul so far, and I'm pretty sure they're going to look to do something very similar in this phase of play now.
Oh, well taken at the front.
And great setup.
Good drive. Hong Kong struggling a little bit.
Good communication. The ball's at the back. They're moving strongly. Penalty advantage for pulling it down.
The crowd's getting excited.
And forwards trying to get involved and trying to bash it up and bully it up once more. Take on the Hong Kong defenders physically.
Just grinding it out. Just grinding it out. Being patient.
Showing some great courage and some great determination there just to try and get over the advantage line. Putting the body on the line. And letting it go to the backs. Finally to go and try to spread it out and find that other opportunity and channel.
Well right onto the line.
Great strength being shown there.
Yes, especially for his size.
Good continuity once again. There's a very big pot of forwards around that ruck at the moment.
Getting white line fever again.
Once again. And the ref is called offside. He's given the penalty.
And the Taiwan players pointing to the ref, appealing that Hong Kong has thrown the ball backwards. And they take a tap. And the forwards are backing themselves to grind this one out.
They must have a bet with the back players, saying, we're going to win this one for you. So showing some great determination, and it's an absolutely physical war zone down there.
Grueling.
This is taxing on both teams, both attacking and defending. There are going to be some very heavy breathing human beings out there in a moment. And what are they going to do? Are they going to try keeping the forwards and let the back line try and get involved? Oh, they spread it wide. Arsene looking for it. There we go. Put a show of the ball. And number 10 once again.
And
the try has been awarded.
Yes. There was a suspicion that might have been knocked on.
A lovely angle he rode. But show and go. Wrong-footed the defenders.
Here's the try.
And the perfect balance. Let the forwards take it up. Draw on the defenders, and exactly what just happened moments ago with the Hong Kong try.
Yeah.
Forwards drawing in the defenders, backline players a little, just a little disorganized.
Yes.
Mismatch in the numbers.
Well, the numbers did well to find the space.
Some quick speed, definitely. Ran a beautiful channel. Now he's looking to convert another one of his tries that he scored.
Yes, he's having a good day at the office.
One-man show. Oh, so the fly half has scored his second try. If he scored 2 tries, does that make him a fly full or fly half? So.
Oh, good pressure from Hong Kong. And the kick is good.
Composure was kept and he put it straight between the sticks. Fantastic to see. And that's try number 4 for Chinese Taipei, and I believe that's the bonus point for them right there.
Taipei is doing well in this match today. A win is crucial for them to stay in the championship league. Oh, ball's dropped backwards.
Now the clearance to take, but they still recover. Maintain, looking for a good extra strategy. Fluff will be wanting that ball to be nice and clean when he gets it, so he can get a good territorial gain on the kick. So send deep. Oh, the pressure from the Hong Kong around the ruck area is just a bit too much for them to handle.
Falling in on the ruck.
And referee's giving a full-on penalty for the Hong Kong team. You no doubt will look at. Look here.
Oh,
so down to ground.
Straight down to the ground. Yes.
Just off your feet. You got to stay on your feet, and you have to compete at the ruck contest. So unfortunately, not quite able to maintain stay on the feet and make it a fair contest, and the referee penalising them for it. There's some fresh legs for the Hong Kong team. Number 6 is coming off for number 26. And the Hong Kong team have a line-out deep in the Taiwanese territory in the second half, with about 22 minutes to go. And they're looking to get set with the rolling more. Once again, taking a physical forward approach. And a wonderful counter rack from the...
Whoa, and
lovely try.
Lovely try.
They thought the counter rack was working well for the Taiwanese team, and they just rolled out of it. The Hong Kong dispersed, broke away, and burst the speed in the right direction.
Them 7 did well to find the sidestep into.
Yeah, as you can see there, broke at the right time. So has the ball, broke straight through the middle. Still had a bit of work to do. Had 2 players to beat, and he still managed to do it. So well done to him. Good effort and a good try. It's exactly what the Hong Kong team needed after the Taiwanese score.
Yes.
Try to shift the momentum back in their advantage.
Right back into the game.
Let's see if the number 10 can go and put this over. Take his time, couple of deep breaths, finding his composure. Eyes in the poles, back to the ball.
Smooth strike.
Had the distance, but unfortunately the direction just wasn't quite there with him. So, score at 20 minutes to go. Taiwan 28 and Hong Kong 15. It's a lovely strike, but just didn't have the direction. The compass was slightly off. And Taiwan again look to go shallow this time with the kickoff for the restart. Trying to put pressure straight off the bat again.
Yes, breaking off a few tackles.
Looks like the players have got a bit of cramp on the floor there from Taiwan. And that rush defense working very nicely once again for them. Yes. Coming up and just not allowing the advantage. The Hong Kong player says a space out wide.
Oh, well collected.
Bit of a jiggle with the ball.
Oh, unfortunately the kick went straight to the Taiwan player's hands. Did well to buy time for all his teammates to get back.
And sends it to a pod to try and reset. And opting to kick. I hope he hasn't, if he's overclocked it, he's going to have to go all the way back, because they carried that back in. But the concentration is disappearing at the moment, so I think guys are getting a little tired off that defensive work and then the attacking, and now just overcooking that a little bit. And trying to get a sneaky little try there. Trying to test the alertness of the Taiwanese defense there.
Yes, and they almost succeeded.
And the referee calling them back.
No, it was dropped the ball. It was a knock-on. Unfortunate. But it was good. Good enterprise.
And testing them out, making sure they're focused all the time. And they're going to have to work hard if they're going to want to keep the scoreline. I think the Hong Kong team is really starting to come alive and show some positivity in their play.
Yes, momentum seems to have been shifting to their side.
It is, and I think the ref has seen that there's a Taiwanese player who's on the ground at the moment, just dealing with some cramp, what it looks like. And the Hong Kong water staff are coming on to go and rehydrate the team.
Yes.
Referee's going to inspect and see what's happening with the player. Looks like there might be a substitution.
No, he's able to walk off the field, replaced by number 18.
And very easy to see who the fresh player on the field is, because his jersey is still white.
Yes. Let's hope the player coming off, we'll see, is not injured too badly.
So scrum down the far side of the field, just on the fringe of the 22 of the Taiwanese team.
And reset again. First attempt was collapsed. I think the forwards, the props, are having a bit of a go at each other, not willing to give in.
You know, every single scrum, it's a micro battle, and it's the difference between a win and a lose sometimes. It's a game of inches for them.
Right, will this one hold?
Showing some good strength there, trying to turn around, but the ball's out for the Taiwanese team. Looking to clear it and kick it, trying to get territorial gain.
Is the chase good? Oh, nice kick through.
He's putting a grabber on the ground, trying to make sure that it doesn't go off the full, and gets a great territorial gain.
Yes.
Really putting a lot of pressure on the Taiwanese team at the moment.
Great kick from Hong Kong. Gain valuable territory.
Yeah, plenty of time to watch that ball. Came straight to his hands. A bit of time to go make a fairly good decision, and then just puts the little grabber kick. Avoid the directly out. Smart play and a great territorial gain in the end. And look at the pressure he's created. He's going to want his forwards to put a good bit of pressure on this, and the Taiwanese team are going to want to do the same and hold up a nice exit strategy. There's no competition for the ball.
Cleanly taken.
They're sending out to a bunch of pubs. And looking to clear it with the boot. Unfortunately, not finding his territory, but good pressure from the wingers.
Yes.
Coming in.
Well chased. Or was that
and they're going
forward?
to counter down the other side.
Oh, well tackled. Hong Kong clearing out. Oh, nice tackling. Oh, not held. He keeps going.
Hong Kong players are putting in a lot of effort to try to get over the advantage line. And Taiwan is doing just the same to deny it.
It's going to have given good service to the backs.
Great speed once again. Oh, and lucky the ball just comes loose. Possibly a swing arm there around the neck there, but nothing too serious. Advantage to Taiwan for the knock-on advantage. It's Taiwan with the ball in their own 22. And looking to get a good clearance now.
Does he clear into space? Oh, into the hands of Hong Kong.
Unfortunately, not finding touch once again. Giving the backs of the Hong Kong time to plan a little counter-attack. And the ball's still alive. Not the Hong Kong player trying to keep it alive.
Tried to offload, but it went forward.
Moving forward. And scrum to Taiwan. In their own half. I think they're definitely going to want to try and get this territorial game back in their favor.
Scrum right in the same, almost in the same place again. Back to square one.
And it looks like the Taiwanese are making a substitute now. Number 20 coming off the bench.
And the local crowd getting in on the action, cheering on their compatriots.
And a tired, beaten body coming off the battlefield. That is this game at the moment.
Yes, it's been a very, very physical match.
So now the team wanting to give an inch, and each team's wanting it all for themselves, and just absolutely incredible determination from both teams. So it looks like a very strong set scrum from Taiwan.
Oh.
Referee's going to have to call a reset. Bit too much movement for his liking.
Yes.
Wanting to move, just try again. And substitute, you can see they're getting respect and appreciation from his teammates on the bench and coaches alike. Hats off for the good effort that he put in.
clean ball from the scrum. And nicely
switch
weighted
the
kick. Yeah, the bounce good. Oh,
the Hong Kong player deciding to keep it under. Good
tackle.
pressure.
Good pressure.
Starting to move the ball back into Hong Kong territory. Looking to counter-ruck. Careful not to give away a penalty in this position. Well, good
nice
tackling, good
tackle.
defense. That rush defense working for the Taiwanese team once again.
Again, rush defense proving
quite a thorn on the side for the Hong Kong attackers at the moment. Lots of time for the number 14 to watch it come down. Decides to pass to his teammate who looks to send it up. For a trip and chase.
Oh, they've
And
let it
bounce. Don't know if
Oh,
that's
is
the
it
best
good?
thing to do.
Oh, well collected.
Very dangerous decision to let it.
And the ball comes out.
Hong Kong player on the field and
Oh, had numbers out wide, but now the numbers have been matched.
lovely
great
offload and a tackle. Looking for the second one.
Bit too.
But the ball's been lost. It's in with the Hong Kong players now.
Oh, great hit.
Two massive shreds off the defensive players. Hong Kong team thinking about looking at the counter attack might have been on there, but the Taiwanese defense scrambled and leaving kick finds touch.
What a frantic pace of. Now we have a Hong Kong player down. Looks like trouble with his leg.
Hey, look at the tired bodies. Look at how they're holding their hands above their head, trying to get some oxygen in the bodies again. Just let the lungs breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely exhausted out there. But lovely bit of collision on the counter attack there. 1, 2 players, and he goes down. And then unfortunately the ball does get away from him. But lovely to see. I think he's questioning whether or not to offload or to go for it himself.
Yes, but he's a one-man wrecking ball.
He seemed to be indeed. Checking bus passes every left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
It's both teams taking on a bit of water while one of the Hong Kong players on the ground just gets a bit of attention. Unfortunately, in the aerial battle, in the one kick, I think he might have taken a bit of a knock. Two good physios, they're taking care of him, looking after him. So.
Looks like he might not be able to continue that with the match. He had a good game, though.
Yeah, he really did. His line throwing was fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't think he missed a single jumper. Sad to see him leaving the field like this, unfortunately. Yeah. But I'd rather safe than sorry. And you know that the folk giving me a hand off the field, they know what they're doing. They clearly advised them not to do anything else. So hopefully a speedy recovery for him back for the next game. He was able to.
Yes, and good to see pride in the boy and wanting to go out of the field on his feet and not on the stretcher.
Absolutely. Rugby, one of the oldest battlegrounds of honour left in this world. I think gladiators get to do battle with each other. The referee calls the game to get back underway. Line out to the Taiwan team. Well, in Hong Kong territory, well won, and they get a quick set, driving maul. Straight away, getting the momentum moving forward. Having the Hong Kong team scrambling in their defense and breaking away.
Yes.
Keeping the continuity. Relatively quick ball from the ruck, trying to distribute it nice and early. Pods waiting just for the attack. They're waiting to send this through to the back line and let them unleash their speed. Deciding to go shorter on the fringe. Taiwan still with the ball, keeping the continuity together.
Forwards are being a bit greedy with the ball this time.
Keeping it tight, trying to keep it with themselves. Ball's very slow coming out at the moment.
Yes, they might need to build up a bit of momentum before they go to the backs. Oh, ball's out, a bit loose. Have Hong Kong turned over.
So Tony still managed to retain it. And then try to go short once again on the fringes, looking to test that fringe area.
Yes, there's good contest at the contact area.
And finally swing it wide to the first channel and go straight to contact. And referee's called an infringement against the Taiwanese team. Unfortunately, going in and over on the rack, I believe was the call.
Yes, off the feet.
So make a bit of discipline, leading the Taiwanese team down there. They all wanted to take more advantage from their territorial gain, but well done to the Hong Kong team for just absorbing all the pressure. Now they have a line-out in there, just in their own half, I should say. It looks like another substitute for the Taiwanese team. Again, just some very tired bodies up there, and I think some players are looking for a good bit of rest. Another fresh white jersey coming on.
A bit of miscommunication there. And we're underway.
And a slightly skewed throw.
Yeah. Not straight.
Replacement hooker not able to find his man. A decision for the Taiwanese team. So pressure on number 17, his first line throw in the game, and couldn't quite. I think the nerves must still be there with him.
Yeah.
He's not quite calm at the moment.
So what can Taiwan do with this scrum?
Good territorial position. Lots of space on the side. I'd love to see them send it wide to the wings. I know Hong Kong going to want to get a good counter scrum and kind of push on this one. And breaking off the back. Moving forward, right into the first channel. Good speed of distribution straight away. Trying to spread it wide, let the ball do the work.
Oh,
giving to the fast speedsters.
Picks it himself.
The agile nimble stars taking it up. Ball slightly slower coming out of the rack there. The Taiwanese team looking to
build a bit of momentum going. Oh, and he's made the gain line.
Gets over the advantage line with the help of his pod.
Oh,
and unfortunately losing the ball in contact there.
Good tackle from Hong Kong. And there, see his mates congratulating him, making the hit.
Making the difference, for sure.
Yeah.
Come on, boys, let's go! Get set up, let's go! Move it!
Coach is looking onto the field intently. Very pleased with that last bit of playing with the defensive effort. The Hong Kong scrum is definitely going to want to look at putting pressure on the Taiwanese scrum. Give them some positive forward-moving ball for them to run a set piece, potentially from deep. 9 minutes left to play, and the score is Taiwan 28 and 15 to
free kick to Hong Kong for early push in the scrum. And the rush defense. Oh, he's driving well.
Human wrecking ball still going.
He's still going.
Many meters gained over the advantage line.
Oh,
giving his team some good forward momentum. His teammates trying to follow up and do the same.
Good tackling from Taiwan.
Limited options, having to go himself. Runs back into the traffic to his forwards to keep the momentum, keep the ball. Knocks it another forward, taking it up to the point of impact. Good continuity to the rack. Taiwan not committing any players to the rack to keep the defensive line strong and
go to
steady.
the left side.
And Taiwanese team
The rush defense is still working.
Taking them back behind the advantage line yet again. And a little dab through, trying to do something for this defense.
Well collected by the wing.
And the Taiwanese forwards gathered around to protect the ball. In terms of the Taiwanese team.
And it looks like the
slow ball and the momentum once again.
I think they're
crashing up on the sides and the fringe.
I think the plan now is to slowly grind the ball down until the end of the clock. They did the same strategy last year against Korea. It was a much closer match. But we'll see how disciplined they are on the contact area.
Absolutely, it's very difficult to ask. But I mean, 7 minutes to go. They still have a 2-score numerical advantage, and yeah, let's see.
And Hong Kong does seem very potent in their attack.
They are, and they're looking very hungry at this moment. So
yes,
I think they're very dangerous. So we'll see. Scrum down for them. Lovely position, right in the centre of the field. Options both sides. If they get a good, clean scrum and distribution of the ball, we can have an interesting play here.
And the ball
Quick
popped
ball.
out, and the ball's
Not the
bit
cleanest of
scrappy
passes.
and good.
Forced to kick it.
It's a great kick.
And he's
Overcooked it.
out of his 22. And pressure straight back onto Hong Kong.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. The name of the game today is all about pressure.
And who's coping with the pressure more and who's making the least number of mistakes. Very unlucky with the distribution of the ball. I think he got a bit of a Hail Mary pass from his fly when it went through his legs, and not much of a choice but to try and hack it down. Couldn't really judge and calculate with that extra moment when he could have thought it out, but good pressure from Taiwan. Let's see what they can do with this line-out in the Hong Kong half. Good clean line-out, and they set again with such incredible speed to get that driving ball, which they've done throughout the entire game.
Ball's well drilled, and they're making 5 meters now.
They're up to the opposition's 22 now.
Next going past the 22.
Still moving into the 22 now. Keeping their structure, keeping their strength, resetting. And it's come down slightly. You have to look at distributing it now and running it through. Ball's gone to ground. The ball's taking air to get it out of there. Absolute furious battle on the ground for that ball there.
And the referee's calling time. I think the assistant referee has noticed something.
He seems to be calling the captains over for a conversation.
Yeah.
Quick little discussion. A well-structured rolling maul there by the Taiwanese team.
Yes.
Meters gained beyond what I think they imagined, and just from that early set, once again, just the speed and the way they've been drilled.
Yeah. Very organized, tidy.
The coaching staff will be very pleased with the execution. The captains had a quick little word with the captains just to tell the teams just to calm it down a little bit just around those certain areas, and scrummed out to Hong Kong. So a defensive scrum from the Hong Kong team, coming from their half, inside their 22. They'll be looking to get a good clearance and
try to get some territory.
They're running low on time. Time's running out for them to get some points, so they're really going to want to turn this around and really start moving it. So it looks like they're going to run from deep, using that lovely running structure, which has been very good for them so far. They're doing a great job so far. They're up to the halfway line with a lovely set play, and the ball's moving once again.
Fast.
Again, the speed in which they're distributing, and the ball has been fantastic. And penalty.
Penalty for interfering with the scrum half. And
offsides. So some good momentum and good pressure there, and what a lovely set piece run from deep.
That's a good piece of running from Hong Kong.
Got
really the pressure. Oh, and the ball has not found touch.
Slight mistake there, which is not what they wanted, unfortunately.
And quite wisely, they've tried to pin Hong Kong to play in their half.
Oh, he slipped slightly at the point of contact there, unfortunately. And good defensive work, and what a steal, and what a time in the game to get it done. Very well done by the number 12 there. Kept his feet. See the Hong Kong player slipped slightly and was there for the picking. Good strength over the ball by the number 12, and just didn't allow any opportunity to be cleared out of there.
Great understanding of the laws.
Good to see some nice discipline and just some clear thinking this late in the game. You know they're going to be very tired, and it's fantastic to see them.
Taipei pushing deeper for an attacking line out.
So in the middle of the Hong Kong 22, we have the Taiwanese with a line-out. And dare I say it, but I think they might be going for that driving maul again.
Yes.
The speed in which they set that, the Hong Kong team is going to be on their toes at this stage. They don't compete at all.
Yes.
They go straight for the counter. Again, Taiwanese have said it's a great counteract from the Hong Kong team.
Do they have clean ball?
The ball still the possession of the ball still with the Taiwanese team at the moment.
Oh, good tackle.
The pressure from the Hong Kong team is definitely being felt.
The forwards trying to
keep the ball tight again. Just under 2 minutes to play, they try and keep the ball in their possession, and they're trying to play the game and not let the Hong Kong team play the game against them.
Yes, they're grinding down to the end of the clock.
Grinding up the clock indeed. Fantastic to see. And hard work and hard yards worked. And every play being taken with support. Pods at the ready.
Yes.
Making sure the protection of the ball is there, keeping the discipline. Trying to build up the momentum. Hong Kong team really need to try and find a solution for this onslaught.
Yes, Taiwan looks like it's in total control at the moment.
Hong Kong team is just absorbing wave after wave of pressure, phase after phase.
Oh,
and finally,
bit of indiscipline there. Giving the ball away to Hong Kong.
The Hong Kong team has come away.
Yeah.
With less than a minute of play to happen. They have a line-out just outside their 22.
Yes, only 1 minute to go. It might be too much of an amount to decline for Hong Kong to.
I think 2 scores is not. It's not going to be possible for them anymore. I think the mistake came when they weren't able to get that penalty in the corner earlier.
True, but with what we saw from the last match.
Yep. Last roll of the dice, and you never know.
Yeah.
Might come up snake eyes.
Yeah.
That
great defense.
That rush defense once again just proving to be an absolute nightmare to deal with. Oh, the ball lost in the contact.
And here,
the siren is gone. Lock on. And the referee pulls it.
Calls to the end of the match. A wonderful performance by Taiwan.
A truly incredible battle from both teams. We saw a hard-fought battle in the first half from the Taiwanese team, and in the first part of the second half, the Hong Kong team coming back just as strong and looking to take it home. But unfortunately, I think that rush defense from the Taiwanese team made it very difficult for them to build any momentum.
And the coaching staff congratulating each other, and on the field,
lovely to see the respect between players.
Yes.
Show each other respect that they deserve and what they've earned from each other.
Yes.
Right respect and saying thank you for an absolute epic battle, because that's truly what it was today. It was a hard-fought match with both teams giving it their all at every moment of the game.
Especially beating last year's champions.
Completely.
No mean feat.
So that was a fantastic game to watch, and my name is Nicholas Flood.
And my name is Kwan Pan Su.
And thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
In the 2019 Asia Championship and 19 Championship Cup.
See you next time.
Cheers.
Test 1、2、3 test test。OK 好。
哦，那一排，
要开始跟我讲一下。
今年100天。
开多久？大概要一个水手，对不对？这个是
怕不是生意啊。有啊，对面啊。可以吧？其他啊，对韩国大陆对体点为主，对贵料贵。被其他人杀，抢我的料，跟刚棍子打。起码其他行。
各位观众大家好，各位观众大家好，我是张玉明，现在为您访问到中华队的教练吴东阳吴教练。OK 吗？声音 OK 吗 ？OK。好。
Yeah, it can't handle it. So it can handle like camera from like a camera cord like we have there, but can't handle the whole TV circuit coming through. It's fine, just focus myself and spend a bit later on coding.
Did you study in the UK?
Yeah, studied in Wales actually.
Ah,
Yeah.
with which uni?
Cardiff Metropolitan.
Oh, okay.
So you studied in the UK as well?
Yes.
You can tell the accent.
Sussex.
Sussex, oh nice. Very nice.
We have a shit team though.
That's you,
Yeah, I think we're like Division 4. And that's pretty bad in England. But that's because most of
Where a country prides themselves on their
Yes.
rugby.
各位观众大家好，我们现在访问到我们中华队的教练吴东阳。东阳你好。我们谈一下这场比赛的感想啊。赛前，因为我们对上的是强敌香港队，他们身材非常的好，有身材的优势。你怎么给球员做心理建设？
对心理建设，因为第一场对韩国，他们的身材也是非常大只。那对于香港队啊一样这么大队的情况下，他们碰撞程度他都有所谓的受体度。那在对碰撞程度有在休息的时候，这2天休息日有给他们加以做点集训，让他们在场上有这么好的表现。
那这场比赛，赛前，当然我们自己预估是5-5波。那你怎么看这个？你在赛前给中华队的小将，他们这场比赛的策略是什么？
那针对我们的一些策略就是蓝耀的进攻跟蓝耀的防守。那对于这个，我们教练团在这2天有非常注重在这个环节上面。那当然，我们的乱集团上面都有做加强的部分，让香港队没有那么容易可以做防守。
那我们知道，接下来我们现在已经1胜1败哈，接下来我们在星期6要对上实力也不容小觑的新加坡队。那对这场比赛，您的看法是什么？
那对于今天我们能赢香港，那对于下一场是非常有帮助的。那在休息日的时候，也会针对新加坡的一些进攻和防守来应对，来这最后一场我们可以也想要拿下胜利。
非常感谢你，谢谢。那接下来我们来访问我们中华队的队长。哎，你好，麻烦你自我介绍一下，打什么位置？
各位观众，大家好，我叫王仁宏，然后我阿武打的是6号、7号、8号。
先给你今天自己打个分数好吗？你今天把自己打几分呢？
我今天把自己打80分，还有一点是足够的。
那请问，我觉得在今天中华队防守非常好，尤其是在情报还有我们积极的压迫的防守。那在这个部分，你怎么跟你的球员做沟通，说我们什么时候该做什么样的事？
因为 香港队他们通常都是身材比较庞大，所以我们就有去强调说要2个去防守1个人，把他推回去，把球权给转换回来，有强调这一点。
对，那相对这样的防守，我们的体能消耗是相当的大哦。所以你在场上的时候，你怎么去鼓励你的队友，让他们尽量在这个球赛剩下的时间把所有的体力都弄完？
他们讲说下面还有人可以换上来，所以就拼尽全力，没有关系就放手一搏。然后也谢谢各位观众过来看我们打球，然后这场胜利是属于大家的，谢谢。
那最后一个问题，下一场最后一场比赛对新加坡。那你有什么话对我们的观众朋友，还有我们中华小将有什么话说呢？
也是希望各位观众可以来球场看我们打球，给我们力量。然后就是对新加坡的话，主要就是前锋的攻击可以再更确实，今天失误有点多。
好，非常感谢你。那又预祝你们礼拜6比赛继续压着他们打，好获得胜利，谢谢。
当然，在今天的比赛，中华队最后28比15击败了强敌香港。要知道香港。